What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to another edition, SOFAHOOPS Radio, live from the couch. We got Tawdry, Ilee Coleman.
Ilee Coleman, also the bogeyman, true professional little golf addict. And you can follow me on Instagram at Real Ilee Coleman, or check me out on my website at ileecoleman.com.
And it's Tawdry Beast. You can catch me at tawdrybeast.com or Tawdry Beast anything. Tawdry Beast Instagram, Facebook, whatever funny social media, I'm on all that as Tawdry Beast. But we're back for more our mid-season review, and we decided to talk about the Bulls and where they're at with things and what's happening over there. I know Ilee, because Al Gasol is on your fantasy team. You got strong feelings, so I'm going to let you start. Talk to me about the Bulls and what you think they need to do to get their thing together before it gets hot.
Yeah, you know what? I like the Bulls, you know. Ever since the Michael Jordan situation, man, they just been on a constant, you know, up and down swing. You know, the firing of Thibodeau was wrong. The hiring of Fred Hoiberg, in the beginning, I just thought it was crazy because of what he was doing with, you know, taking Noah out of the starting lineup and all of that stuff. You know, they got some things to work out over there, but the pluses that they have is Jimmy Butler is coming into his own, you know.
I mean, he's doing his thing right now.
He is definitely emerging as a definite good two-way player. Now, my gripe.
Yeah.
Let me tell you my gripe. And I like to call this the bullshit.
What's the bullshit, my brother?
The bullshit is that damn Pau Gasol. Listen, I nicknamed him Don Flamenco. The Flamenco is the guy who's on Mike Tyson's Punch Out, the one who always gets knocked out, because I don't know what Pau be doing sometimes, drinking tea, having a son or something, but he just doesn't come to play all the time, and his skill set is unbelievable. I mean, he's a 2010 guy, definitely a double guy. But sometimes, man, I'm like, Pau, what are you doing? Are you asleep? Are you having chamomile? What is going on?
No, but see, that goes all the way back to, I never forget that image, because I'm a Lakers fan. I'll never forget that image of him standing on the sideline and Phil Jackson punching him in his chest, because he be checking out sometimes. And I think Kyle is one of the most skilled big men. And I'm going to go out there and say, if not the most skilled classic big man in the league. Like, he got it all. Mid-range game, footwork. You know, he can do, you know, over the shoulder. He does it all like a real old school big man when he's playing. Like,
when he's,
you know,
not sitting by the fire roasting marshmallows.
I know. I mean, like right now they at 23 and 15. You know, they a few games back from in the Eastern Conference. They 4.5 games back. They losing on the road, 7-9 on the road, 16-6 at home is good. But we all know, like, if you look at the people they're going against, the Raptors, they 14-9 on the road, Cavaliers is 12-9 on the road. You know, that means something. And within the conference, they 14-11, whereas the Cavs is 19-6 and the Raptors is 17-8. So when you look at the numbers, I mean, you know, they're right there, but you know, they flirting with the same record as the Hawks. It's literally like the identical record. The Hawks is 23-16, and the Hawks ain't really that good looking of a team. So if you flirt with the same record as them, you got problems.
Yeah, I think it all comes down to matchups. You know, in the second season, which, you know, we call playoffs the second season, you know, certain teams are just built for that. I think, you know, the I don't know how Fred Hoiberg's X and O game is, you know, at this level, but I know that they got a little core that's been together for a while. And come playoff time, when you're able to kind of zoom in and say, okay, I got this guy. This is my guy that I'm guarding for the next 5 games, you know. They may be more built to that as opposed
well,
to...
hold on. Now, you told about your gripe with Don Flamenco. Here's my gripe with Fred Hoiberg. Look, man, I understand you trying to do whatever this little up-tempo, run-and gun thing. Like, everybody want to be the freaking Warriors or something right now. I get what you're trying to do. But the whole Joakim Noah not in the starting lineup thing, and you relying on Powell, who we just had a conversation about, to hold the fort at center, that's not really what Powell does. Like, what part of his career have you missed? Powell is a true power forward. He can move to the center for short bursts. You can't have him out there banging with, like, Boogie Cousins and these dudes that's elbowing him in the chest. That's not his thing. He's a skilled big man who feels a little better a few feet away from the basket. What you got from Noah was consistent defensive energy and consistent smart passing and consistent rebounding and consistent scrapping. And you start in this lineup, this small ball you're trying to run with Derrick Rose still not being healthy, and you don't have no real other go-to scorer. You got to put Joakim Noah back out there and let him do what he do, which is you can't equate stats with what he does. He's an energy dude. He's a getting the other team's face dude. He's the Draymond Green of the Bulls. He was Draymond Green before Draymond Green. He's the dude that sets it all. So taking him out of the starting lineup and suffering on defense like he's doing right now, I just think that that's foolish. And as you mentioned earlier, I'm not really that sure about what your X and O game is. Hoiberg.
I think there's been a concerted effort to pull away or distance themselves from what
Thibodeau was doing.
From what Thibodeau did,
Yeah, I got that. And it's a pitching contest. I get it. It's a pitching
but in the event of the change, in the event of the change, how much you're willing to sacrifice, how far down you go, how far, do you slide in your positioning to where you say, okay, is this really, really worth it? And can we maintain this come playoff time? Because, people are creatures of habit. This is the way they've been playing for a certain number of years. Like, you can't just change your ways from going in one direction when it's been going in one direction that whole time. You know what I'm saying? If we're just the Bills, the Bulls have been playing a certain way for so long. They're defensive minded, and then you bring in a new coach. You don't really change the personnel. But now all of a sudden you ask me to play this up-tempo style and sort of distance myself from what I've been doing for the past 4 or 5 years. That's tough. That's tough. I get why they're doing it. I get why they're trying to move away from Thibodeau, but in the event that their whole thing is kind of suffering, they're kind of up and down. That's why you kind of see them win a couple, lose to teams they shouldn't be losing to, and then at times they actually look kind of confused. So,
and then you got Derrick Rose playing at half mast, and I'm not knocking him. Like I think that once D Rose gets used to his new body, he's going to be all right. But again, with Hoiberg, in terms of his determination to just keep Derrick out there on the floor, in certain situations, it's like, maybe you need to play him in spurts. Like, give him, half of the first quarter, let him rest for a minute, bring him back in. You know what I mean? Like, just having him out there fighting through, getting his body back in order, and also getting used to, we all done had injuries, and, Derrick's had a few. And you got to get used to your new game after them injuries. Like, you ain't going to do exactly what you used to do after X amount of injuries for a couple of reasons, for physical reasons and for mental reasons. And I don't think that's always a bad thing. I think you got to get your mind adjusted to, this is how I got to rock going forward versus what I used to do. And they throwing him out there every night, like just throwing him to the Lions, like, figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And right now, the point guard situation in the league is kind of hectic on a nightly basis.
What's the craziest part to me is, call me crazy, but as a basketball player, I think one of the biggest things you need to be able to do is see straight.
I know he was out there for mad long, so like, yeah, double digits. Yo, what the fuck? But let's look at the league real quick, and you look at what you're asking him to do right back from injury. You know, every night is rough, man. And let's just go with the East. So over at Toronto, you got Kyle Lowry coming at you hard. In Atlanta, you know, you got a couple of point guards coming at you hard. Their point guard off the bench is a problem. You know, the only nights you really got off in the East
is Knicks.
The Knicks, and now that Jared, not Jared, I was going to say Jared Bayless. Now that dude on the Nets is out, I mean, there's nobody on the Nets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even like the Celtics. I mean, Isaiah Thomas is a problem. You got to stay in front of that.
Oh, he's a problem.
He's a problem.
He's a problem.
And then, you know, Detroit. You know, you got Reggie Jackson. He's a problem.
He's a problem.
You know, I know you're not a fan, but John Wall is a problem. You got to guard him. You got to, you know, stay in front of your man.
Yeah, you got to guard him, but you know.
And then even with the Hornets, I mean, Kemba get on a run on you.
Oh yeah,
running around 100 miles per hour. You know what I mean? I mean, so you got a couple of nights off. You got the Knicks, and you got the Sixers, and you got the Nets.
You know, hey, you ain't gotta listen. You gotta guard Ish Smith, man.
Oh, I forgot that Ish Smith is over the Sixers now. Okay, so you got Ish on the Sixers. So that's not even a total night off. So in defense of Derek, I think that again, my issue with the Bulls is Hoiberg. So in terms of what they need to do, I don't know what's available out there, and I don't know what people are trying to do. I'm not an insider like, you know, some of these dudes on the radio and on TV who know everything. I'm just looking at what's out there. They might want to try to find a trade, somebody who can effectively score the ball aside from Jimmy Butler. Because if you look at Jimmy Butler, he ain't really exactly a scorer. He's a fill up your stat sheet kind of thing, you know, dude. And I know he got 53 the other night. That's dope. He's on my fantasy team. I'm happy about that. But what I like about him in terms of my fantasy numbers is he gave me a little bit of everything. That's what's dope about him. But he's not like a give him the ball and let him go. They need somebody. If they could pull a trade off.
You know what, Jay Buckets, man, his nickname is Jimmy Buckets. I mean, if you watch his game, man, Jimmy has a nice jumper. He can take it to the rack. He does have that thing.
I know. I'm a fan. I just think that you need another guy. And Derek's not ready yet. Derek's not ready yet.
Well, I think what's happening is you're seeing the shifting of the guard because, you know, the Derrick Rose being the face of the Bulls for a while. Then you got Hoiberg coming in and messing around, and you change, you know, like there's been a lot of changes. So I think Jimmy Butler could be your go-to guy. You definitely got to put another person with him.
No, you know what? Let me re-articulate. I think he can be a go-to guy. I still think that you're back to square one with the problem you used to have with Derek, which is everybody know he's getting the ball. You need another dude. Right now, I feel like Derrick Rose, and I'm a fan. Don't get me wrong. I'm a fan of Mr. Rose. But I think right now he's a third option. And I don't think they have a number two option. That's my point. I think that right now, Derrick has good spurts, yo. Like, there's nights when I watch him, like, yo, that's Derrick Rose. I know. He ain't dunking and all that, but he know how to get to that rack, and he knows how to, you know, twist his body up under that rim and make something happen. But right now, where his legs is at and his health is at, he's a number three option until he really pulls it together. They need another dude.
I really think that they need to get Flamenco more touches, man. Listen, if
yo, your man Flamenco, man. Yo. Come on, man.
They need to get Flamenco more touches. That way, he can probably take his stream off the marshmallows and put the ball in the basket, man.
Yo. I like Flamenco too. But that's another problem. I'm taking back to Hoiberg. He's not really running that kind of offense, man. It's like he don't know what to do. He don't know what to do for me, though. I mean, Pau Gasol is a skilled player, but they're not running nothing to effectively use him. And that comes down to X and O game. And I'm sorry, I just don't think Hoiberg's X and O game is up to snuff.
First thing, there's three things I do. First thing I would do is I will come out and make a concerted effort to get Pau Gasol involved in the game. Because once he's involved in the game, he becomes a headache. He doesn't get lost, you know,
Well, true
somewhere.
story. I mean, last season he led the league in double-doubles, right?
Yeah, and he's there. I mean, his numbers are good, man. It's just that he is at times, you know. And no, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't want to, if I was Powell, and you know that wasn't what I'm like. If I was, you know, wasn't the physical guy, which he's not. I wouldn't want to be playing out of position and banging with dudes anyway if I didn't have him.
Especially when you're getting older. Yeah. So
yeah,
all right,
I mean, he's no in the game.
Enough on the Bulls, man.
The last thing I would do is get on a pair of Stuckey because, listen, man, Powderfall is looking at him, yo. Run up and down that corner hurt my eyes, man. Listen, you got on tube socks, man, with the monitors and the he knees.
Yo, the first thing I would do is get Powderfall a haircut. That's a whole other story, but yo, Powell's out for T right now, man. They need another scoring option, man. Powell's he's a supplementary player at best right now. I don't know what's going on with him, man. He went from double-doubles almost every game last season to stinking up the joint. So let's leave it there, man. We're going to move on to some other teams. So if y'all got comments, y'all want to talk to us about the Bulls, y'all hit us up at our emails, tawdrybeats@gmail.com, Ilee at IleeColeman.com. All right?
Ilee Coleman.
And we'll try to answer your questions about whatever. And we'll debate with you. And if you really got something good to say, we'll invite you on the broadcast. All right? 1.